Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of February 17th. If you're new here, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If you have a question you want to ask the tarot, you'll find information on how to get a private reading below. And if you want to learn how to read the tarot, you'll find information on my beginner's course below. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Astro Matrix Tarot with Smoky Quartz, the Tarot de Marseille with Hematite, and the Tarot of the Divine with Rose Quartz. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And as always, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, the timestamps are right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay, nice. I like the star. This is 2 of Cups reversed with the 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Let's see how this goes. Close enough. I'll just turn it a little like that. And I will see you right now. Group 1, there's one part of this message that I don't want to sugarcoat, and it's going to make this seem like a bigger deal than it actually is, so I'm just going to rip the band-aid off and then point to the quote-unquote wound a bit before rubbing the ointment on. But there's one person in particular with whom this reading is advising you tread carefully this week. And whatever that means to you, it's the 2 of Cups reversed in the middle of this. And when it's flanked by the 9 of Wands and the 7 of Coins, both reversed, this is, in relationships, there are times where you put things in and there are times when you take things out. This is looking more like, and this is the tricky part of collective readings. I was about to say this is looking more like a withdrawal, like withdrawing from the account, so to speak. But for some of you, it might be from the exhaustion of giving so much, But no matter what that means to you, this King of Swords at the bottom of the reading here. Remember, we all have the entire deck inside of us. Any court card can be any gender. Most of y'all are women. I'm reading this as you. The invitation of the King of Swords at the bottom of this is to learn what you can, and I think that this is a good week to sit tight and observe the static nature of the King of Swords in particular. It's funny, the static nature is generalized to any seated on a throne character, of which there are several in the tarot. But the King of Coins being the seated figure in particular to come out in this reading is a very interesting choice, or turn of events or whatever. Yeah, it's really funny. And no matter what the lessons are, no matter what you're being invited to contemplate on, because for some of you, again, it might be looking like when you're evaluating the harvest, that some of y'all might end up with less than you were hoping for, or having to give more than you were hoping for, And I think that the long-term healing that's available through that is best set up for by sitting tight and observing and seeing what the lessons are, not making any rash decisions despite the speed, because it is looking like things are going fast, and it's that was the 8 of Wands has been silently nodding this entire time. It's kind of at the root of this, which is the whole point of this card. But yeah, now I'm calling him out. When things are moving as quickly as it appears they are, and all of a sudden a big bill comes due or whatever, Yeah, this is the week to not read into it too much or not decide what to do about it too quickly, to just sit tight and set yourself up for some big healing. Yeah, if you like this reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. The 7 of Coins flipped over while I was shuffling for you. So, let's see what we have. This should be alright. Okay. Whoops. Let's test the middle column. Oh, nice. Alright. So I guess the pyramid placement, now I know how to place the cards relative to it. But you don't need to hear that. What you need is your message coming up right now. Group 2, the first thing that jumped out right after I paused is how I underestimated how many people are in this reading. Given the fact that there are multiple characters on 2 of these, there are 4 in this one. And so given that, the 4 of Coins is literally the only pip in the entire thing, you know? So whatever is falling into place structure-wise, this is looking like an opportunity for a team of people to spring into action together. And with the Knight of Wands in the middle, the way it is relative to the 4 of Coins, I'm reading the Knight of Wands as likely you. Most of y'all are women, so just FYI. And for some of y'all, you could be different people, but I have a natural bias as reading the central card as the person I'm reading for. And here's the thing. This whole team activating and coming together and everything, because with the fun and joy and clarity and relationships and tenderness of the Sun card filled combined with the wake-up call, aha, gun going off energy of the Judgment here, there's a lot of clarity and moment of opportunity, which is at the foundation of all of this. And it's also reinforced by the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, speaking of foundations. Now, the odd man out here, quite literally, you know, he's opposite the reading in many ways. And it's funny because the Marseille hangman has the way I read it anyway, the notion of isolation is much more reinforced given how the bar that he's hanging off of is positioned, you know. And for some of you, given that this is a collective reading, this might be a warning to try to include this person. For some of you, it might be a clue that you're able to do it without this person. I don't know what the hangman adds to this, given that this is a collective reading, but those are the 2 main ways that I see him contributing to all of this, because the contrast between the hangman and the rest of this is pretty striking, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that, and it kind of explains why I haven't said anything about him before. This is looking like a good week. This is looking like the play to score a goal, or at least get that collective aha moment as to how to work together. So yeah, if you like this reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Group 3, let's see what we have for you for this week. I will name each card because of this deck. This is the Knight of Swords reversed, Knight of Cups. What is this? King of Swords reversed, the Lovers, and in the middle we have the Chariot reversed, and at the bottom of the deck is Death reversed. All right, so now that I've named the cards, let's place them. Yeah, exactly. Good. There we go. I'll see you right now. Group three, before I get into what the message is, I just want to clarify how many players I think are involved in this. Because if you count the number of characters, we have 4, 5, 6, depending on how you count the lovers. I'm not really counting death in this. I'm just talking about the reading proper. First of all, I think the Chariot Reverse is more symbolic. I think it's a combination of the other 3 cards here. We'll get to the lovers later. And I don't know if there are 2 or 3 people involved, but I doubt that this is one person. That's the least likely. And the overall vibe of this is that there's a faction, Team Swords versus Team Cup, basically. And this has a vibe of someone who's in a position who's at risk of making a rash decision, hinted at by the Knight of Swords reversed here. And someone who's in a position to warn him about it with the Knight of Cups specifically. So I'm not sure how the King of Swords in reverse plays off into this, especially given that this is a collective reading. But that's kind of the 2 main factors at play. And it's really fascinating to consider the Chariot reversed and the lovers, because the aspect of the lovers that is coming through here is the notion of being there for each other. So this is a question of someone checking someone else's blind spot, and from there it's a question of getting through to the person, knowing what, like, it's so easy to tell what the best decision for other people is and how to run their life. My head is full of advice for other people and how they should live their lives. For the good of everyone, I keep them to myself. But the point is, even because I'm talking mainly to the Knight of Cups here, who is in a position to try to warn Team Swords about this, and I think that your point of entry might be the Knight of Swords. I'm saying that because you're both knights. You both have that air quality to you, but given the nature of the Knight of Swords, it's difficult to talk a hothead down, basically. So there might be, for some of you, the King of Swords reverse would be the best way, gateway of entry, like appealing to higher principles and that kind of thing, So I'm not sure what that is for you, but this is looking like 2 or 3 or more parties guiding each other through a decision where one faction is at risk. And I think that the faction is at risk is outnumbering the people who can see the situation more clearly. So yeah, no pressure, Knight of Cups, but that's it's important to be gentle and nurturing, which is part of the relationship between this lady and this dragon thing. So yeah, and honestly, Death Reverse has been silently nodding. I have nothing to say about it because I've been talking about it. So yeah, if you like this reading, please give this video a like. And if you don't want to watch me pick up your reading, you know what to do. The timestamps are right below. All right, let's test the height first. Ooh, wow, I was way low. This should be decent, like that. Beautiful. All right, let's do it. Group A, your card is Mask. This is the 24th Lunar Mansion. I can't place it offhand. Give me a second. That is funny. Given where the 24th Lunar Mansion is like late Capricorn dipping into Aquarius. So given where it is in the zodiac, and especially that it's represented by a mask, this is a pretty strong indication to slow play your hand and maybe sandbag a little. Not necessarily to lie and deceit, but to, not volunteer things that might not necessarily be required to volunteer, you know, that kind of situation. Good luck. Group B, your card is Goddess. Look at you. And the light attribute is the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. The shadow attribute is exploitation of the female nature and form. I doubt the shadow attribute is ringing true for any of you, frankly. I think this is an invitation to radiate love. You know, that's something that the goddess is very associated with. You know, when you think of you know, the goddesses that come to mind when we think of goddesses like Venus and you know, what's her name? God damn it! I was gonna say Aphrodite, which is Venus, but there was another one. Anyway, you know, the goddess broads. I don't know, but yeah. Let me just reread the light attribute and move on. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Group C, your card is the mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. Okay, honestly, given the vibe of these readings, I'm going to read it at the surface level. This might be a week to pay attention to detail and not get lost in the generalities. So yeah, the rules thinking, when you want to apply a general rule in a tricky situation, this might be a week to pay attention to how this situation is different than the abstract rule. You know, for some of you, I know people who do that. So yeah, groups D, your card is round and round. This is really interesting. Given the tarot readings that I gave, let me think about that for a second. Okay, this is actually straightforward. This is an invitation to break the cycle, or a warning that there's a risk of going round and round on another cycle. So the allure of making progress by doing the thing you always do, but the thing you always do either isn't as useful as you think it is, or might actually be part of the problem. So yeah, that is a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give this video a like. I hope you have a great week. Take care. I'll see you soon.